Welcome to the inside of Wendy. This is my 1988 Toyota AW11 Mark 1B, and I'm going to turn off the fan and the fully functioning air conditioning, now converted to modern, what is it, R134A or something like that. Point is, it works, and it's not corroding the insides. This is not a very good highway car. We are in, fifth gear. We are going 55 miles an hour, and we are turning 3,100 RPM already. You get this thing up to past 60, and it's 4,000 RPM. And that engine, which is right there, is going brrrr, and you'll probably hear it. Moyer's Exxon tried to balance these MK82 wheels and these tires. Still, I'm getting a bit of a shimmy here in the steering wheel. It may be due for an alignment, I'm not sure. But they had to put some wheel weights on the outside of the wheels, but I'm not too concerned about that. This is, I think, about the smallest car I can fit in and still not think about that I'm in a small car. I'm 5'10". 5'10", about 175 pounds. And if I ever wanted like an AutoZam or anything like that, I don't know if I'd fit in it correctly. This steering wheel is all the way up, and the seat is almost all the way back, and it's reclined just a little bit. But this is childhood for me. A childhood well predating the car, and I think I just need just a little bit of air conditioning. It is a warm day here. I'll just put it on low. You get two modes for air conditioning, AC and economy air conditioning, which does something and it cools you a little bit less. Why you would press that? I'd press it a few times, I guess, when I want a little bit of air conditioning, but not a whole lot. I suppose it's an alternative to just adjusting the temperature. The shifter on MR2, the stock shifter and the linkages is not up to Honda standards. It is rather clunky. There is definitely two stages to it. The out of gear and then in a gear again. A clunk and then a clunk again. Whereas a Honda is just pashunk. It's just one. And that's why Hondas have better gearboxes than Toyotas do. I really would like to get this thing on a track, but I don't trust myself, and this is a very advanced car for a guy who has no track experience at all. So as of now, I'm just cruising in this thing. But it's very nice to cruise in. Although I haven't turned any heads. One person, an Appalachian thru hiker, knew what this was, but that's it. The Falcon everybody looks at. This, not a whole lot of people do. The center console, I don't think I talked about this in the review. The center console here wasn't changed from the JDM to the USDM. So in right-hand drive countries, this is all correct. You have your emergency brake very close to you, and you have your cigarette lighter and ashtray in the correct position for your left hand. Like if you had your left hand here flicking a cigarette, it's perfectly placed if you're on the right hand side of the car. But they didn't mirror the center console for the United States market, so this little ashtray and stuff, your knee hits it or your leg hits it and then closes it again. This stock right here is the cruise control, which is a very, very rudimentary cruise control. It doesn't really move down speeds. It does accelerate. You pull it in to accelerate and you push it in to decelerate and set it. But there's no indication on the dash when it's on or off, just a little light on the stock itself where you push this button marked power. Right here, this little blank right here, I learned this in the UK. This is where the rear fog light would have existed. But they're not required here in the US, so it's not there. You do get intermittent windshield wipers, but they're only one speed. They're not adjustable. On the left as the headlights go up, and there they are. They're very prominent on the AW11 because you sit so low. And with my 3M protective paint protection that I have on, they are very glossy looking. In fact, the whole car is very glossy. It was very difficult to film this car and get the exposure correct because Toyota's paint, which is called, of this era, which is called Toyota Super White, is so reflective. I think it's the best looking shade of white you can get because it pops in the midday sun, but your camera wants to keep it thinks you're pointing it at a bright object, which you are, so it keeps dialing in underexposure, so it looks like it's about the thunderstorm in the background. So I had to play with the still photography and unfortunately use the ubiquitous shadow and highlight filter so the background sort of matched the car. I don't want to really nail this engine or rev it up too high, although I do sometimes. Maybe I'll do that in a future video, but welcome to Wendy. Have a good day.